Welcome back to Bridgeburner412 Plays Bloodborne. So, we finished up with Vicar Amelia last time, and I said that would open up the old Hunters DLC for us, where we're going to get our Whirligig saw. So as soon as you beat Vicar Amelia, and it transports you back here to the hub, right here is going to be a gift from the messengers. You know, before I do that, though, I guess it's going to give it to me either way. What I was going to do is I was going to put our little messenger hats. Or did we? We never went and got those messenger hats, did we? We didn't go through that level. Oh, no, but I think we did. We got the hats. So what you do to put the little hat on the messengers, if you like that kind of thing. See here, the messengers. So you can go there and you can give them a hat. And this is my favorite hat for the little messengers. Even though we don't have many messengers running around, it's kind of your Gascoigne top hat, or Gascoigne hat. And now wherever those show up in the game, which isn't very often for us because we're playing offline, of course, they will have that little hat on. Their little bald noggins. So good. Okay, so we picked up the eye badge from here. Okay. Now, in order to access the Hunters DLC, and we're way under-leveled for this, like really, really under-leveled, so all we're going to do is run to get the item. And it's quite a tricky run, so you just have to follow the path that I'm going to run along, get your dodges on point. You might very well die a couple times. I should have checked my echoes, because you kind of don't want to go with echoes, just in case you die. Because then, yeah, I've got 24,000 echoes. So we're going to return to the Hunter Stream. We're going to spend those echoes before we do anything else. We're going to want some of them in order to level the Whirligig saw once we get it. If we have some packets, that would be best. Yeah, so we've got packets, so we might be okay. So we can spend our echoes here. I don't think there's any outfits or anything up here for us. After beating Amelia, we can spend our insight on. Look. Oh yes, this Grey Wolf stuff, that is definitely a requirement. So we will be needing this later. So go ahead and spend your insight on that Ashen Garb. It's great for Frenzy. Frenzy is going to be an absolute disaster for us if we don't have that. So we have it, so that's good. Let's go find the doll and level up with the blood echoes we got from Amelia.
Welcome. What is it? Very well.
Get that to 20. We're going to want to get these to like 25. But we also want the Whirligig saw to hit like a truck. So we'll probably spend our time leveling these three things. And if I remember correctly, the Whirligig saw only scales with strength, so we don't need to put anything else in skill. And I'm pretty sure it was 1812 for the Whirligig saw. If not, I'm going to be sad when we return after making that run. Okay, so we have 3,100 echoes left. So let's go ahead and just spend those down here on stuff that we might want. We might as well go get this lantern. 2,000. Then we have enough for what, 2 vials? So I'll go ahead and get 2 vials, put it in storage, and 115. That's fine. And then typically what I do is I will put the lantern on that spot. It's not much light, but it does provide a little bit. So when we are in the dark, we can just hit our little belt lantern and run around with that. Woohoo! Alright, now we're ready to go. So back to Cathedral Ward. And what you do, if you remember from an episode, a couple episodes back, we went out here and we ran in to pick up some hunter gear and a hunter top hat. you go back to that same place and you let the amygdala grab you, or amygdala as some people mispronounce it. You let the amygdala grab you and you let it take you. So there it is. Adela, she's sad now. How'd we get into this mess? So just come out here. Let's go ahead and, because we have killed Vicar Amelia, the night we have changed from evening into night. So it is now nighttime. So those guys, I guess, go home and rest or something. But you just come out here, and this is where we picked up that top hat off this dead body. And you just stand here. Out will come the invisible amygdala, which we'll be able to see later when we phase again. And amygdala will kill you.
Fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
Look at that creepiness. It's great. Good nightmarish. And we will be in the Hunter's Dream, which is how one accesses the DLC. Of course, the way they, put the game out is with any kind of Souls game. What you do is you finish almost the entire game, and you don't finish it because you know DLC stuff is coming. So the DLC is originally meant to be played after the game. A lot of people go in and play the DLC as soon as possible, but I would not recommend doing that because the stuff out here is going to hit very hard. Okay, so we hit that. You'll notice this looks a lot like Cathedral Ward, complete with mysterious doors, similar to Cathedral Ward. And when we walk out here, it's going to be similar to Cathedral Ward, but it is a different nightmare. So we're not going to be grabbing anything. We're just running, and we are going to try to run as fast as we can past all of the craziness. And we missed the first one. Oh, we're going to grab that. We're continuing to go this way. I gotta get that numbing mist off the part too. Dogs come out. Just run past the dogs. Run past the dogs. Run past that guy. You're gonna come here. You're gonna run in front of the stairs. You're not gonna go up the stairs. As that big fire of death is going to come down, rolling down the stairs. Duck right in here. This little walkway. And you can kind of take a breath. Catch your breath. Nothing follows you in here, as far as I know. I usually don't dawdle, but, You're going to exit here. That gun is going to be shooting. Do not get hit by the bullets, if possible. This is a safe spot here. Let the gun shoot. Uh-oh. Hit this thing. Heal up, because you're going to need it. And we're going to be running right past all that stuff after it shoots. Woo! Oh no! Now you get to see me run all the way through that again. I ducked in here and I thought it was the turn, but it was a little bit too early. Take two. So that'll happen. There's Rosie P in the background barking at some intruder. Yeah, so you want to keep your wits about you. You're going to die a little bit. That's okay. I don't know how many echoes we had left, but we're not going to stop and worry about picking those up. So run back over here, up the side. Run past these guys. Run past the guy with the beast whip. Oops, let's do that turn incorrectly. Bridge, little Bow Wow's gonna come out. Run past the Bow Wow. Oh my gosh. Run past this Bow Wow. Oh my gosh. Run past this guy. So the dog hit me. That one hit of the dog caused me to have slow pathing, so my pathing from the my pathing past that guy, he was out, where normally he would be back in a little alcove there. So we will try again. You can see how quickly we die. It's clear. You know, it's clear we're not supposed to be here. We will be picking up one item, though, in our adventure. That will be after we get a shortcut. Out of the way, doggos! Here. Oh, see, I stopped. I should not have stopped. Oh my god. And we're running, and we're running. You can see we've collected souls just from the beast hunters, the old hunters killing the beasts. It's kind of an interesting mechanic in this, in the DLC, is that the hunters are hunting the beasts. I think you're like being transformed to an older world. These guys. Now we are continuing. Heal up. Heal up. Alright, these guys are going to be pathing out. You've got to give them a second. Otherwise they'll block you. The guys behind you, just come right along the side here. Dodge the Molotov. Come out the door. Jump down. Jump down. Run past the swollen tick-like things that we're going to face later in the game. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit tricky. You need to have your dodge on. Serpentine and serpentine. Nice. Okay, and then you're going to come in this little door. Past the NPC. You don't need to talk to the NPC at this point. Oops. Open the door. Okay, and this is the shortcut to the land. So if we die now, here going forward, we can just come this way and not have to run past the stuff we ran past just before. Okay, so we come here, and you're going to go right to the side here because there's a guy on the steps. Let your endurance build back up. Try not to get hit by this guy. He's going to follow you. Just keep on running. This is the toughest part right here. That dog is going to be in the way. I probably shouldn't have healed. You're going to run as fast as you can. Around to this ladder. Right here. You're going to climb the ladder. You're going to get shot. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. Oh my god, and I died. I was 1 second away from being able to roll up that ladder. So those 3,700 souls are lost for sure because they're going to be on the ground. There's absolutely no time to pick up those souls. I keep saying souls, echoes. In every other game, they're souls. Okay, so now since we open up that shortcut, it'll be a little bit easier. Part of the issue is if, to me, I just don't want to plunk down the $200 for an elite controller. I play so many of these games, though, I probably should invest in that at some point. It's to sprint and move the stick, the camera stick. You've got to take your finger off the sprint button. Alright, doing fine. Just can't get shot again. Please don't shoot me again. Roll off. Heal. Alright. Now, we're going to jump down here. We're going to run as fast as we can. There's going to be a guy who shows up to blow stuff up. Hit that thing. Probably shouldn't have picked that up, but what can you do? Run like a son of a gun! And now we are in Easy Town. I'll light this lamp. And this is where we will res, and we'll have the lamp when we want it. There's nothing over here. We're going to go down. I don't know if you remember when we were going down to Old Yarnum, it was a similar kind of layout. Now there is a wandering nightmare here. Now if you can get him back here, you don't want to follow him out there, because there is an enemy out there that we don't want to come down and destroy us. But you'll get 2 free bloodstone chunks here, which are very helpful. Chunks are the next tier of items past our twin blood shards. And here is our Whirligig saw. It's a thing that falls from the sky. Don't worry about it. And then you can't climb back up to that lamp. This takes you out to the other side where the bad guys are. So, you know, use a bolt hunter's mark. That's what they're there for. And now we have the weapon that we'll be using almost exclusively for the rest of our playthrough. The Whirligig saw is a wonderful strength scaling weapon that is great for beasts. I'll show you the full deal when we get back to the Hunter's Dream. So the Whirligig saw has B scaling, E scaling on skill, which is basically insignificant. As you level it, that B scaling goes up to, it might go all the way up to S scaling, which is signature scaling. We should have enough. We have to use our, why is it not opening up my thing? Can I open up my thing there? For some reason it's not letting me. Do I have to talk to her because she's sleeping? I think I pushed talk to her or something accidentally. We'll hit our packets. We're going to take this off our bar. We can leave those things, I guess. Because one of the things about the Whirligig saw is you can use papers like lightning and fire papers, which we used to great effect with our saw cleaver. Let's use our packets. Might as well use them all. In here. So what it does is you have a mace that swings pretty fast, and it's pretty cool. But it also has a big old chainsaw on the end that just shreds everything. And you can charge attack, but where it really shines is the left trigger, or the L2. You can just walk into something and just keep that thing going for the extent of your endurance and just shred something. So, really, really cool weapon. Really, really powerful weapon. And we got it. We got it. Okay. So we can get this to +3. I don't think we can get it to +4 yet because we need one more twin bloodstone shard. But it's going to hit like a truck, which is what we want. And we are also going to, let's see, we better repair just for the sake of repairing. We're also going to put in our best blood gems here. So we're going to take these blood gems out of this one. And let's see here. What do we got? So physical attack up 7.3. Boom. And at full hit points, it adds another 2.7, so that's pretty awesome. Then we'll jump over to the next one, and 2.1, 2.7 boosts rally potential. We'll put that one in for now. So basically, I'm looking at the column again, and I'm seeing, does anything turn blue? No. The white ones are the ones that we have in. So we've got hitting 122 plus 54 with our strength scaling. So how you can check your damage, you basically go here and you see that our right hand is hitting for 181. If we put in, to compare, our saw cleaver at a +3, granted it doesn't have any of the gems in it because we took them out, but it's 181 to 139. So it isn't that much stronger yet than the saw cleaver. In fact, the saw cleaver is a really super weapon. You can play the whole game with saw cleaver. So if you liked the moveset, feel free to keep that going. So we are whirligigged. So we're going to end this episode here, and in our next episode we will continue our adventures into Hemwick Charnel Lane. That'll be next. So thanks for tuning in. A little bit shorter this episode, but we'll be right back with more.